we talk here?
That's right. Talk. All the cameras are there. That's fine.
All the cameras are there. Eh? Well, can I thank Central Office? Is that allowed?
That's right.
This is one. Oh, yes. This is right here.
Well, Lord Woolton, ladies and gentlemen, I am glad of this opportunity to say a word of thanks to you who have made the results so far possible, and I think we could almost say encouraging. What do you think? And it is your work and your effort here which has won this result. Someday it would be interesting to try and assess the various influences that have played their part in this election. It's not been a dull election, with all apologies to the press. It has been, in many respects, a thoughtful election. It has also been an election in which the young generation, so far as our meetings are concerned at least, have taken an increasing part. And I would submit to you just this thought today, that one of the influences upon the results to date, I have no doubt, was that the younger people felt that there was a national job to be done for this country and were not much in sympathy with the class hatred upon which some people fall back, when they aren't agreed as to what to do about policy. That was the conclusion that was forced home very much on my mind. And so now, Lord Woolton, we don't yet know the final results. But it seems likely that the country will say, get on with the job. And we will do everything that in our power lies to fulfill that trust worthily for the country which has treated us with such generosity and also with such confidence. Thank you all very much. And now something a little more intimate to ourselves. Wherever one went in the country, there was always a splendid band of loyal workers. They were magnificent in every constituency I saw, and I saw a great many, till I was almost dizzy with seeing them. On the other hand, bands of loyal workers cannot achieve everything by themselves alone. They must have the leadership, they must have the organization. And it is to Lord Woolton here and to you that the leadership and the organization is due. And I'm happy that on this first occasion I have a chance to say anything at all. Even before all the results are known, I can pay the tribute where that is due, to him and to you. Thank you very much.
Prime Minister, I would just like to say this too. Here in the Central Office organisation and throughout the constituencies, we've been most grateful for the leadership that you've given. The magnificent way in which you have, hold your tongues a minute, will you? The magnificent way in which you haven't spared yourself has given us a great inspiration. We are very proud indeed to serve you, sir.
Thank you. What's all this about? Will we shake hands? More people don't have a scarf today. Yes. Thank you all so much.
officer for the constituency of Walthamstow East, hereby give notice that the total number of votes given for each candidate at the election was as follows. Norman Henry Cork, 3,882. John Edgar Harvey, 16,873. Harry Wright Wallace, 15,000.
Now, I beg to move a hearty vote of thanks to the returning officer and to all the staff for the able and efficient way in which they have carried through this election. That applies to those at the polling stations and those at the count and to any backroom boys they may be. I have to express naturally my great regret at losing my good colleague, Harry Wallace. I should like to congratulate Mr Harvey on being elected to Parliament.
Mr Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me the greatest pleasure to associate myself with Mr Attlee in this vote of thanks. A very well-deserved vote of thanks at the end of a long and arduous day for all concerned. May I say that I also can readily associate myself with Mr Attlee in his expression of regret that Mr Harry Wallace's service to Parliament and Walthamstow should have been terminated, because, quite seriously, I can imagine one or two members on what will, I suppose, be the opposite side of the House to me from now on, that I would rather have displaced than Mr Wallace, who has given Walthamstow good service for 10 years now, of good service to the people of Walthamstow, not just to those who have elected me, but to all of those whom I represent. I shall certainly do my best in that connection. Mr Mayor, I have pleasure in seconding.
I give notice that the total number of votes given for each candidate at the election was as follows. Clement Richard Attlee, 19,327. Richard Phipps Hornby, 10,077. Officer for the Walthamstow